What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be doing some more work on the shopping go-kart. This weekend I was over at the track with Brett and everybody. We had an event this weekend, but I didn't have any of my cars ready for this event, so I ended up just going out there and hanging out and didn't really film any of it. But Brent did make a video on everything that went down, so be sure to be on the lookout for that video. I am getting some new wheels and tires for the Prelude in, and I'm also trying to get some suspension for this thing because I do plan on bringing the Prelude out to Street Car Takeover, which is next weekend. But yeah, today's video is going to be about the shopping cart once again. So yesterday I got quite a bit done on this thing. I'm going to just explain what I did because I did not make a video about it. The main thing I was trying to figure out yesterday was why it was spitting flames and breaking up. As cool as it was, it's not supposed to be, you know, sort of two-stepping like it was in the other videos. It's supposed to just rev out normal with no sort of two-step whatsoever, and it's not doing that at all. And I came over here yesterday and I figured it has something to do with the timing because when we go to put two-step on our Hondas, we purposely give them like -10, -15, whatever it may be in the computer at a certain RPM. So then it starts to retard the timing and ignite the fuel in the exhaust and get that turbo spooling. So we do that on purpose on the Hondas, and on this, it's not supposed to be doing that. There was no sort of rev limiter set up or anything like that in the computer. So this should just rev up normally. And that was kind of telling me that the timing was probably off. And what I ended up doing was there is this little cap on this cover right here. And if you take this cap off, there's a little notch. And then on the flywheel, there was actually a line on the flywheel. I hooked a timing light up to this thing and I could see while it was running idle, it looked pretty in sync and in time, and it revs normal in the lower RPMs, and the timing didn't look too far off. But as I start to rev it up, the timing becomes more and more off. So something in the computer calibration with this motor, either like the gear count inside there's like little magnets on the flywheel. There's different setups for these different little motors, and the computer isn't calibrated perfectly to pick up the timing for this motor. And what I ended up doing was I revved it up to the part where it would start to break up, and I shined the timing light in there, and I could see the line, how far off it was, and then if I continued to go more, it would start to break up, and it ended up being about 15 degrees off on timing, like on the higher RPMs. So what I ended up doing was on this tuner, sorry for the glare, but there's this little table right here, and this is ignition angle adjustment from gap to top dead center. This right here is the degree adjustment right here, and this was set to -29, and that's just what the software came with already, and it was about 15 degrees off, like I said. So I ended up putting in -44, and I uploaded that, and now in the higher RPM it revs perfect. So now the lower RPMs are what kind of sounds iffy, but in the higher RPMs it sounds perfect. It revs all the way up now, it doesn't break up whatsoever, and yeah, I'm much happier with it now. It's actually drivable, and I'm probably gonna try to hook everything up and drive it like that just to kind of see how it goes. I definitely need to mess with the timing stuff some more, but now it sounds much better. And real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and just fire it up and show you guys what I'm talking about. So now it actually revs up, and when I film the boost gauge and when I hold it revved up, it actually holds boost. So the needle before, in the other video, it was kind of bouncing around and it was kind of hard to tell what it was actually doing. You're like, oh yeah, it might be making some boost, but now it'll actually hold it at like 5 to 7 pounds in that range and hold it right there and not bounce around like it was in the other video. But I'm gonna go ahead and fire it up real quick and show you guys what I mean. And like I said, it doesn't want to idle too good, so hopefully we can get her to rev up with one hand here. We gotta power on our jump box because this little battery sucks. And then another thing I'm gonna have to figure out on the shopping cart is a charging system, because now that I got a fuel pump and the oil pump to run, I don't know if the stator is gonna be enough to charge this battery up and keep up with everything. So that's something else I'm gonna have to look for in the future, and we'll see how this thing does on power. Get the oil pump plugged in real quick, fired it. So you can hear now that the idle is a little wonky, wants to idle high, then come down, then kind of idle high again. So still need to play with the tune quite a bit, but as you guys saw, it nearly built 10 pounds actually right there. That was completely unloaded and it held the needle solid on the gauge. And yeah, that is a huge improvement for sure. And yeah, I got the shift linkage hooked back up. I got a temporary throttle made out of just a piece of wire. So that hooks up to my throttle cable, wraps around, and then that guy goes right under here, and it actually works pretty good for right now. So it just pulls on that and I can get full throttle off the gas pedal. And then I also got the clutch handle hooked back up. So everything is there for it to run and drive. And I think I'm gonna try to take it on a quick test drive right now. Put that little jump box somewhere inside the cart or use the other jump box and just see what happens. I'm not gonna like go crazy hard on it, but I do wanna see if we can build good like 10 pounds on the street and just see what happens. So I got the boost gauge mounted on the steering wheel right now with the line going back there. And now that it revs out, I'm sure this thing's gonna make some boost. And as you guys just saw, it was definitely wanting to make some and it wasn't even loaded up whatsoever. So who knows what this thing's gonna do. In worst case scenario, guys, if I do end up hurting this motor, these are super cheap Chinese ATV motors and I will have no problem with putting another one in there. I honestly want to turn this thing all the way up with a big injector and max the turbo out and just see if the motor can handle it. I want to see what these things are even capable of. And yeah, so I do honestly plan on trying to blow this motor at some point. It'd be nice if it just holds now, but yeah, it's just going to be trial and error from here. But I'm gonna go ahead and figure out a way to get the jump box sort of situated in the cart. I also did some welding on it today. I had mentioned that I needed to weld some things. There were some welds that were incomplete down here that I just got finished up with my MIG welder. But yeah, I think she's ready for her maiden voyage on the turbo system. Still gonna need some tuning, but I just gotta find a way to bring a jump box along with me and put the seat back in there. And let's take this thing on a test drive. I have no air fuel gauge as well. And something else I learned is that this little switch down here, there's eco mode and rich mode. That's what they're called. But this switch takes it in and out of open loop. So I was talking about how the ECU might need that wideband reading to make fuel adjustments. So that's exactly what this switch is for. So right now I do have it in eco mode and I put the wideband that it came with back on. So right now the computer will be making adjustments as I drive. But if I switch this into the other mode, which is called rich mode, it puts it into open loop and then it no longer takes readings from that wideband and it only relies on the fuel map that it is given. And that's what we usually tune our Hondas with. And then we just watch an air fuel gauge visually and then just make adjustments from there. But that's what this is for. I'm gonna leave it in eco mode and theoretically it should try to adjust even in boost. I should be able to go make boost and it should start to try to tune itself. So we'll see how it does.
The shopping cart is turboed and driving.
He's got his helmet on now. Some real
Things
power.
are getting serious, bro. We know how he gets.
Well, I tried to take the shopping go-kart on its maiden voyage, but it ended very shortly. To start off with, I was missing a keyway on this wheel right here. So if you look down in there, you can see that these little notches don't line up because the axle was spinning inside the hub right there and this wheel was not getting any power. The only one getting powered was the left one and it would pull the whole cart to the right when I would give it any sort of gas. That's not a big deal. I have some more key stock just to cut another keyway for that. And then also my shift linkage just popped off. I just forgot to tighten the bolt that goes right there. I have a little 10 mil with a nut on the back side. It just rattled itself loose because I literally did not tighten it at all. Got a new one in there. That's fixed already. But the main issue on this thing is that the fuel pump just went out on me as I was trying to drive it back. I am not sure why it just went out. It might be because it's sitting really close to the engine and all the vibrations just messed it up. But I mean, we did run it on the dyno for quite some time like this. The motor wasn't even fully warmed up yet. Shouldn't have gotten too hot or anything. So I don't know why the fuel pump decided to just go out, but it did. Just kind of sucks because I am gonna have to order another fuel pump because this is a mini inline pump. The only other thing I could do right now is like stick a factory Honda pump like in the tank, like drop it down in there or something, but I'm not even gonna mess with that. I'm just gonna order the right one, and we're gonna have to wait for another fuel pump to come in before I can drive it. And honestly, it just shows that this thing was not ready for its maiden voyage. There's still a lot of other things to button up. So I guess while I'm waiting on a new fuel pump, I'll just keep working on all the other things that need done. Like I still need to get a new battery and get it mounted, clean up the wiring, and also figure out a better oil system for the turbo. But I was really excited to try to drive it and build some real boost driving it, but it is what it is, guys. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to wait on a fuel pump before I can actually get into some real boost. All right, so we got the shopping go-kart on these corner balancing scales right here. You know, these are for the race cars, awesome, but yeah, we're seeing what she weighs right now without me in it. Fully loaded up, it's 220 pounds, and 86% of the weight is on the back tires and 13% of the weight is on the front. So all the weight is back there. And then real quick, I'm gonna sit in it, see what she is total. We gotta figure out our power to weight ratios. So we need to know how much we need to make to go like a 12 in this thing in the quarter. Right. What's it weigh with me in there? 364.
And so yeah, it takes it down a little bit. So you're 73% in the rear and 26
in the front. Okay.
So it helps out a little bit.
Gives it a little nose weight.
It's still got a wheelie.
Yeah.
It's
It's not too bad though. With me in it, it's 365 pounds.
Yeah.
So not bad. We got to make like 50 horsepower, and she'll be right where we need her.
12-second pass.
Yeah. If we could make 50 horsepower in this thing one day, it'd probably go 12s. I just want to be able to.
60 foot out.
Hey, put a little wheelie bar on it.
Yeah.
I will too. It'd be sick.
Wall and single skateboard wheel or something.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I kind of want to do like the double wheel, like wide one with a little X brace, you know, just to make it overdo it, just to make it look cool. Put a little parachute on it.
So it'll be around 375 pounds or something once you get the bar on there. And
yep.
yeah.
I mean, it's fully loaded up right now though. It's got gas.
This is sick.
Rain.
It's gonna work.
I know. I just want to go to the drag strip with it and beat STIs.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
You're gonna get to the 60 faster than anything out there for sure. Just load it up.
Buy some milk, man.
I'll do it, dude. Just driving into.
Hold the doors open.
Driving into Walmart. Driving into Walmart real quick.
Yeah.
For the milk previously, so you can just rail to it.
Just zip into Walmart real quick and fly out of there.
Fly out of there.
At 60 miles
Those
an
people
hour.
care so much, they'd probably stand out of your way and let you.
They'd be like, holy shit.
Oh, man.
There's not really much room for groceries anymore though. We got some up there. Yeah, we can get a gallon of milk.
Yeah.
Maybe
Or should I put?
maybe a half gallon.
I'll put a basket on the front of it.
Oh yeah.
It's not even done yet.
I like the teardrop.
I know, but
That's
I
the best
love
part
it.
about it.
I love the teardrop.
I know, the little exhaust and everything just looks so sick. I still want to put a blow-off valve on it. Try to figure out a little blow-off valve because I want it to go choo. Then it has all the qualifications once it makes the turbo sounds too. Yeah. All the proper noises. All right, well, since the shopping go-kart didn't go as planned, we're just gonna end this video with doing some unboxings. So we got some fan mail in, and I opened this a while ago, and I wanted to mention it as well. I forgot the name of who sent this, but this is a 3D printed cup holder, and this guy sent me this for Wago. And this is actually really cool. So I already have these cup holders in Wago right here on my door, but they suck. They got all like floppy, and over time, these hooks just don't do anything anymore. And when I go to take turns, my drinks will fall out. So those suck, but we got this one right here, and this goes right here. You can see this piece on my dash right here. So I just need to unbolt this, and then this actually bolts in place where that one went, and it holds your drink right here. So that's actually really sick. It was completely 3D printed and made to fit the wagon. So thank you for that. Sorry I forgot your name, but this is really awesome, and I'm definitely going to use that. And yeah, we got these other boxes over here, so we're just gonna go ahead and start ripping into them. This one right off the bat says hashtag 4Paunchy on it. See, we got a whole bunch of stickers, a whole bunch of decals. Oh shit.
It's a lot.
Damn.
Ooh.
Twins on board.
Dang.
Proceed with caution.
That's pretty sick.
That's freaking sick. And he made all these hashtag for Paunchy. This box said for Paunchy on it. I haven't read the note yet, but he made these. Oh, that's awesome. Well, these are for you.
Oh, no way, dude. Oh, crap. That one.
That one's for you.
Yeah, look at that.
Dang.
Showing up.
That's nice.
Showing up. We're going to fly.
Oh, that's for.
That's, yeah, dude.
Oh, we got the Honda
And it's on like
one.
Honda script. That's sweet.
That
Honda
is
font.
sick.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That looks cool.
Hell yeah.
Thank you. That is just awesome.
Yeah, there's a bunch of little ones we'll
What
go
was his
through,
name?
but
Lost Coast Vinyls.
Lost Coast Vinyls.
Vinyls. You guys are awesome. Way rad. I'm gonna have to give them a Insta right now.
A shout out.
Little shout out.
All right, so we got a big one right here. This one's pretty heavy. It's a box in a box. Dude, says shipped from Monster Energy Company. Oh shit. Another rack of monsters. Keep us Kyles going. Punching drywall. Yes. Send more monster, guys. We can never have too much. Kyle, stay pepped up and finish that MR2.
J-Rod.
J-Rod. Thank you for the monsters, J-Rod. I got another one. Remote starter switch.
Instead of like you using the wires to jump it.
Oh yeah, heavy duty push button remote starter allows technicians to bump or crank engines while under the hood. That is very useful actually. Thank you. Definitely use that. He says, hey Boostedboiz, here's a start switch so Brent doesn't have to keep burning his fingers from Robert, custom cars and computers. Nice, thank you. What are these?
What are those?
Wooden shift knobs. These little wooden shift knobs. All right, thank you. They smell weird. It smells like don't you smell it? It smells like an old
Your
like
nose
a model train. I know I smell
Your
it.
nose is too powerful for me to.
I smell everything. I'm weird. Oh shit. This one's for Shane. Gotta go deliver it to him. Goofy built. Gotta wait? Yeah. Shane will open it tomorrow. All right, well that's really all we have for tonight. So sorry this video was kind of uneventful. I was really bummed that the fuel pump took a shit on the shopping go-kart. So I'm just gonna have to get another one of those ordered and we'll bring her back out once we get that all fixed up. We have some stuff coming for the Prelude, getting it ready to race this weekend. And I do have some stuff for the MR2 to get done as well. And I'll show you guys that very soon. And then Emilio got all his stuff dropped off for his Supra because he's getting ready to rebuild the LS and that. So he took his block and everything to the machine shop.
Yeah, I'm waiting on some Gen 4 rods right now because that block is a Gen 3, so the rods are a little thinner. So the Gen 4s were recommended to make more power, and I'm still only going for like 650, but if I can make it a little stronger while I have it apart, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. So once that comes in, then we can start putting it together.
Yep, he's basically copying Hayden, but Hayden beat it.
Well, mine's a 4.8.
But Hayden got it done quicker.
Hayden's a 5.3 or 4.8? I think it's a 5.3, but they're like similar. But yeah, he did the Gen 4 stuff too, so, and his works. He's making some good power.
Yeah, Hayden's is running good. And then Honda still needs a transmission. We still have Honda shirts because we're just going to hold off and try to get the dog box for it. But we still have shirts, so buy some of those because those will go towards Honda's transmission because it's going to be a while. We need a dog box for that. We need a dog box for the Rousey, and they're not cheap, so they might be down for a while. But it'll be coming eventually, and yeah, that's about it. One more thing I wanted to mention before we get out of here is someone also did send me this hood exit plate for the Prelude, which is awesome. The only issue with this is it is a perfect 4-inch circle, or like 4 1/4, but this is barely ovalized right here on the hood, so it's actually not tall enough. If you line it up with the bottom edge right here, you can actually see the hood exit comes back into the lettering right here. So unfortunately, this won't work unless I like carve out the front of it quite a bit, and then it will go past these like rivet holes right here. Really appreciate the gesture, but it is not a perfect circle, unfortunately, so I don't think we'll be able to use that guy. But yeah, maybe we can make it work. We'll see, but do want to mention that as well. Appreciate it.
I was just thinking off the top of my head, but for the shower, put it in the back.
Oh, like a shower drain or something.
Yeah.
We'll find a use for it, though. It's a cool plate. That's going to be it for this video, guys, so hope you enjoyed regardless, and thanks for watching.